Hey everyone, and welcome to Aaron's Dollhouse. So today we are going to be doing another discussion-based video. And today we are going to be talking about the new images that were revealed on social media. I have been seeing them all over Instagram, all over TikTok, and obviously now on the Mattel Creations website. So we are talking about the brand new Once Upon a Whimsy collection of Disney princess dolls. So, yeah, um, I have lots of thoughts and opinions on this collection. Lots and lots of opinions. So that being said, let's do remember, I was gonna say, we can definitely share our thoughts, share our feelings and everything in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and everything, but please do remember these are my own thoughts and my own opinions. So if you don't like them, please be polite about it, be civil. Please do not come for me in the comments. Again, it's just dolls. It is not that serious. I am just expressing how I feel about this new collection. So, with that out of the way, all right, the Once Upon a Whimsy Disney Princess Collection. So, as we saw here, we do have, I was going to say, we have Ariel, Tiana, and Belle. So those are going to be the three that we have in this collection. For if any of you have not actually seen any of the photos yet, those are the three that we're getting. This is kind of very similar to like previous collections that Mattel has done with the Disney princesses, and they always release in three for some reason. I don't know why we always only get three characters. Don't ask me. But yeah, so I actually found out about this collection today, not from Instagram at first, no, it was actually from a video that I saw on TikTok while I was on break at work, funny enough. And yeah, I was just like, what is this? And yeah, I was kind of just like scrolling through the photos that were in the video. And yeah, the first one was Ariel, and I was like, oh. And then we were going to Tiana, and then we got to Belle, and I was like, oh, okay, so we have a lot of thoughts and opinions about all of this. So I was going to say, for this collection drop, these dolls are going to be dropping on August 1st, is what I believe I saw on Mattel Creations. And they are going to be retailing at $75 each. That's a pretty steep price for what these dolls are, but we will talk about that later in the video. We will get to that. So with these dolls, yeah. So basically what the concept is like with the previous collection, which is the Enchanted Elegance collection, that collection of dolls was basically kind of based on the dolls if they were going to like the Met Gala or just like going on the red carpet or something like to that effect. This concept is the dolls as if they were fashion models on the runway. So yeah, a very unique concept indeed, I will say. The execution of said concept, not great. Not great, in my personal opinion. And we're gonna talk about all the reasons why. So let's go ahead and just let's just kind of go down the line, and we're going to talk about each doll individually and talk about the pieces I like and the things that I hate. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like I might get a bit nasty. There's much more that I hate that I actually do like. So, yeah. So, starting off, we are going to start with Ariel. Ariel, I was gonna say, we have her here in this turquoise mermaid dress, of course. Another mermaid dress, might I add. Because apparently we can't put her in anything other than a mermaid dress. Yes, I understand she is a mermaid. However, I feel like there's other things we can do other than a mermaid dress, you know? So yeah, here she is. Um, so like I said, it is a turquoise mermaid skirt. So it is, pretty much you see one mermaid skirt, you see pretty much all of them. We have like this turquoise fabric, and then we have kind of like, obviously it like flows out towards the bottom, and it looks like we have a couple different pieces of fabric there. Um, her shoes, I think her shoes are pretty cute. They're okay. She's got like shells in the back of the shoes, and then the actual straps kind of look like pearls, which is cute. It's a cute concept. Um, then we make our way towards the top, and yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot happening. So we have this gigantic plastic chunky pearl necklace just draping down from her neck. And it is, I get what they were going for, but I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of an eyesore. It's rough. It is definitely rough. Um, yeah. So yeah, I feel like that definitely could have been pretty, but the execution of it was definitely not great, to say the least. Um, and then we have this gigantic, that thing behind her head. Um, I don't even know what that would be considered. And I think it's supposed to look like a shell, I think. Um, Yeah, it's very big, and I'm sure I think we have actually seen something like that on a dress, like actually out on the runway before, like a fashion model wearing something similar to that. I don't I don't like it. I hate it. I honestly I get, fashion on the runway is supposed to be like very like a lot of times it's very crazy, and it's art of its own. I personally don't understand it, but that's not for me to understand. Other people who understand it, I'm glad that makes you happy. I'm not one of those people, but um, yeah, it's and then the hair. There's that hair. There, yeah. I don't know what is happening with this high up in the air ponytail thing going on. And it almost kind of looks similar to like the type of ponytail that like Jasmine has, but it's not. That's insulting. That's an insult to Jasmine. I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, it's there. It's not even like an Ariana Grande ponytail either. It's just it hurts my eyes to look at. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it's something. Yeah. All right, and then we have Ariel's actual box design. So, you know me, I'm not really big on packaging just because I debox all of my dolls, so whatever. But for people who do like packaging and care a lot about it, well, this is it. Basically, it's kind of like, like artwork of the doll, kind of like the concept art it looks like. And then on the inside of the box, we kind of have what looks like to be almost like kelp and bubbles and kind of just giving that feeling of her being under the sea. Um, no pun intended. But yeah, I was going to say that's kind of what we got for that. I, again, don't really care about it. We've seen this box style before, so whatever. I think it's actually the same box style that I used for the Enchanted Elegance collection. Um, but yeah, all in all, not a big fan of this. I just don't really care for how they designed this Ariel doll. I don't know how personally I would have designed it. I feel like I don't know, I guess I would have, since we're going for a fashion model esque kind of thing, maybe I would have actually given her like a shell bra, like maybe some over dramatized shells, like right there. Maybe made it just like a little bit like of a deeper cut, just kind of going with that whole fashion aspect. And then like some sort of skirt that kind of like is like open in the middle or something like that. I don't know how that would actually look, but something like that. I just feel like this. No. Anyway. All right, so let's move on to our next princess. We are going to talk about Tiana. All right, so for Tiana, I was going to say, once again, we have another mermaid dress. This one I think is slightly better executed. I say slightly because I still don't really like it that much. We'll get to why. Um, but yeah, so we've got like this base with like light pink fabric, and then we have like, so she's kind of inspired by like a lily pad, it looks like. Um, we have this printed on design on the fabric, printed on design on the fabric for a $75 doll. Okay. Not even embroidered. No. Yeah, that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. That actually bothers me like so much. I can't tell you how much that bothers me. She's a collector doll. Come on. Mattel, what are we doing? Anyway, let's let's keep going. We got a lot to cover. The bottom of her skirt is like an actual lily pad. So we've got a couple different fabrics kind of forming that bottom. We have some green fabric, which is like the main lily pad. Then we have some purple fabric on top of that, kind of like layered. And I think that's kind of supposed to be like the flower on top of the lily pad. Interesting, not horrible. I think her shoes are super cute. Her shoes are really, really cute. I like the whole flower design with all the flowers. I think that's cute. Um, and then we have this hat, this gaudy hat. It's not horrible. It's not great. Also another lily pad. It looks like the hat is fabric, I think. So we'll give it to that if it is. Um, and then she has these like drop earrings of kind of like, it looks like a dark purple. Um, her face is gorgeous. I love this face. She has a very beautiful face. I will give that. Very pretty. So I do like the actual base doll. She's pretty. Not the biggest fan of the outfit. She has this like long braid to the side of her hair. I don't mind that, or at least I think it's a braid. I don't mind that as much. It's fine. But then there's that thing happening there. Um, we have seen this hairstyle before on like a different doll, but not like a Tiana doll, but just like a Barbie or something like that. Um, I don't know. I didn't really like it on Barbie either, but it's something. It's definitely something. Um, yeah, I don't hate this doll. However, I also don't really care for it, and I don't think that she justifies the $75 price tag personally for me. If you like her, great. I was going to say, I'm glad that she'll bring you happiness in your collection. She's just not for me. Um, yeah. So I will not be buying her, but like I said, I don't hate her. She's the one that I least hate out of the whole collection. But yeah, let's talk about her box design. Oh, also I almost forgot to mention the pink gloves, by the way. She's got these pink gloves with these like dangly bits. And yeah, I get what they're going for with it, but mm, it I don't know. It's interesting. um, but yeah, for the box design, yet again, we have basically like the drawn up concept art of her on the front of the box, and then we have some. I think it's from like a willow tree is like the dangly like leaves that are in the background, which are also found on the inside portion of the box. So, and then the box is purple. So, yeah, not really much different than the like box design for Ariel. They're pretty much very similar. So, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I hate her the least amount, but I still don't care for her. So, I will not be purchasing her. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Belle. And we're going to talk about what they did to her. To my girl. Yeah. And for Belle. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Where do we start? Um, what's something nice I can say? The shoes are pretty. The shoes are pretty. Yeah. Um, so, yeah. Okay. So I get what the design choice was. This is, I'm assuming, inspired by the Be Our Guest scene. And now Belle is dressed like all the dishware that's dancing around her in the scene. So yeah, that's something. So basically her skirt, as we can see here, kind of looks like a stack of plates. Yeah, it's like a stack of plates, maybe bowls, I think. Just kind of draping all the way down. And then she, for her sleeves, oh my gosh. Okay. You literally, you might, this is basically what it looks like. You cut off the sleeves from her ball gown, like her gold ball gown, and then stitched them to this monstrosity that is dishware as a skirt. Yeah, that's what you did here, and this is rough. This is really rough. This is probably the worst design out of all of them. Like, I hate this so much. When I realized it was Belle, I was like, oh my god, what have they done? No, I can't. I cannot. I don't. There's nothing I like about this. There's nothing I like about this at all. I hate it. Like, just being 100% honest, this is my personal opinion, and I can't, no, burn it. Just burn this design. Goodbye. It, okay, we're gonna continue on because we haven't talked about everything else. Obviously, she has like some plain solid gold gloves. Cool. It looks like there's like a bracelet of some sort. I'm not sure what that is dangling from the bracelet. I think it's the rose, which, by the way, would have been a better design. A dress inspired by the rose. If done correctly, that could have been a better design. So, just, if you can hear this, Mattel. Anyway, then, Lord, oh my god. Okay. Then there's her face, which, by the way, I don't think looks like Belle at all. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe that's a hot take, but I don't think that looks like her. But that's her face. Yeah, it almost looks like they used the face sculpt from a different Disney princess for Belle, but I could be wrong. It could just be how the makeup's done. I don't know. She has some little stud earrings, nothing special. And then she's got a plate and a teacup on top of her head. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was put there. That was something they did. They did that. And then to make it worse, we pulled a portion of her hair out from the top of the teacup and just have it dangling there to the side of her head. Yeah, that. Why? Is that a thing? Is that something we've seen on the runway before? I don't know, man. I don't understand fashion. I really don't. I guess I lose my gay card. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but seriously though, it's like, what, why, why, why is that a thing? I don't. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I think a better design choice would have been to do the rose. They could have really figured something out with that. Something more rose petal themed. I don't know. I'm not a designer, but I feel like I could have designed something better than this personally. And that's no shade to the artist who did all, or designer who did all of these. I just don't think the execution was, I don't think it was good. I just don't like it. Again, my opinion. But, yeah. All right, let's talk about her box design. So on the front of the box, once again, we do have like the concept art version of her. It looks like we have a chandelier in the background. Okay, I'm looking closer at this like box design art, and it actually looks like the charm. It's not her rose. It looks like it's Chip. Like it's a teacup. That's cute, I guess. It's fine. And then on the inside, we have like all the dishware and everything around her. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can't. This this is rough, like I said. Um, I'm just not happy what they did with my girl Belle. This, yeah. But other than that, based on what we are getting, do I think any of these dolls are worth $75? No, I do not. I do personally, I don't. I feel like there's almost an essence of their design that looks somewhat playline. I know that's going to sound harsh, but I feel like there is. Let me know in the comments if you guys feel the same way. But, like, again, going back to the Enchanted Elegance collection, those dolls were very beautiful. I feel like the fabrics were really nice. I feel like their design was really nice. They actually felt very deluxe. I feel like they were actually worth the price. Would it have been nicer if the price was a little bit lower? Yes, but still, I do feel a lot stronger about that collection than I do about this collection. I'm not, I don't know. It's not for me. It's not for me personally. If it is for you, I'm glad. I'm glad that you at least, found something, more unique that you can add to your collection. But I won't be adding any of them to mine. But yeah, like I said, the previous collection, I like it a lot better. But yeah, that's pretty much all of my feelings on that. I hope I didn't sound too harsh. Like I said, there was just definitely some strong opinions there, and this is what we're feeling. Please, I was gonna say, share all of your feelings in the comments. Just tell me what if there's anything specific you like about the dolls, what things you hate about them, what if you're going to be planning on buying them, or if you also think that some of these designs basically should be burned. Yeah. But other than that, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you do want to see any more fun doll content on this channel. And then also check out my Instagram at Erin's Dollhouse. I did post a picture about the dolls, so we can also have a discussion there in the comments as well if you would like. So have a great day, guys. Bye.